So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is episode 2 of my astrology series that will help you guys to understand a bit more about how astrology works and how you can use it as a powerful tool for self-development. Now, if you're new to astrology, this is a channel that will help you to be able to break things down and understand things a bit better. I'm sure you've heard, oh, I've got Sun in the 10th house conjunct Jupiter, and you've been like, what girl, that is some Japanese, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Help a sister out. I'm here to help you. So if you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe to the channel so you can keep updated with other videos that will be coming out, and you can also check out the other videos on the channel as well. So let's get into the content. So today is all about the houses in astrology. Now, the houses is very similar to a clock. And this is literally your life segmented into 12 different pieces. This is what I like to call the 12 dimensions of self, the 12 dimensions of your life. These are the different elements of your life that make up you, that create all of your different experiences. And whenever there's transits, these are what gets activated. But when you look in your chart, you see what is the main focus points of your life. If you see that there's more planets in those areas, then you know that that's going to be a very dominant focus in your life. So what is the houses? The houses is actually a very relatively new system that's come in with modern astrology. Some of the contributions of the Western aspects to astrology, and this actually helped us to be able to understand how astrology works on a more personal level. So without the Western system, we wouldn't actually have the houses system. So quite weird for me to be able to give some credit to something Western, but hey, where? But it's coming quite relatively new. So you had the zodiacal wheel, which goes around anti-clockwise, it goes that way. I can't do it. But it turns in an anti-clockwise direction, and this goes through the signs of the zodiac. So this is representative of the yearly rotation of the earth, right? Then you've got that going around, but then you've also got another cycle going around at the same time, but it's actually much quicker because this one goes around at 24 hours. So this is actually what creates our clock. This is what creates the 24 hours in the day, because it's actually relating to the houses system, the zodiacal, the wheel of houses. So you've got the zodiacal wheel, and then you've got the wheel of houses. And so this is all turning together simultaneously all the time, but each house is ruled by a sign. So you know that each day, each hour of the day is actually ruled by a particular sign. And this actually was how people organized their life. Astrology, its main purposes was to be able to organize the psyche. So or organize your life, because you understand, okay, at this time this is when this is going to happen, at this time this is going to happen. So you're actually operating in alignment with the heavens, as above so below. So the houses is also very key to distinguishing individuals, because everyone is unique in their own way. Your natal chart is just as unique as your fingerprint, and it's your houses that actually make that differentiation. So for example, someone with Gemini in their first house would be very different to someone with Gemini with their sun in Gemini in the 12th house. So the sun is where they're most vibrant. So the 12th house is a very reclusive, very introverted house. So with the sun being there, they may not be able to express themselves or communicate as freely to a Gemini sun who had their sun on their first house, where it's just their communication is a main part of their personality. It's a main part of their character. So the houses system really helps you to differentiate exactly where these energies play out. or where these experiences, because they're not exactly they're the houses is what holds the space for the planet to manifest and create an experience. So each house is literally a field of experience, but not the experience itself. Okay, so the order of the houses, they follow a path, a developmental path of your life. Of this is the life of the self. In the center is you. So when you even look at the chart, you'll see the midheaven, the MC, which is directly above you. This is what you'll be reaching up towards. This is what you're attaining. This is your aspirations. And then you have your IC, which is your 4th house. So the 10th house and the 4th house, Capricorn and Cancer, God and goddess. Literally those polarities above and below, that would be the middle part of your chart. And then in the middle you have your ascendant, your AC, and your DC, your descendant. So that would be your 1st house and your 7th house. This is the house of self. This is the house of others. So these main points, your MC, your IC, your AC, your DC, you're best known as your rising, your ascendant, your descendant, so on and so forth. These are called the angular houses, and these are the most important parts of your chart. So this is the 1st house, the 4th house, the 7th house, and the 10th house. These are the houses that are most active. These are the houses that would have the most global impact. So this is how you impact the world. If you're going to influence your spiritual path, your personality, your character, all connected to your 1st house. It's going to connect your family, your foundations, is going to affect your foundations, the things of the 4th house. This is where the sun is at its darkest point, because these are all below the horizon. So if we see the zodiacal wheel, everything below is below the horizon. These are things that you're going to feel them much more tangibly in your physical character. These are all things connected to your physical realms, your family, your growing up, your childhood, your expression, and everything above the horizon is everything that connects you to the world and connects you to others. How you show up in the world, what types of things you do to show up in the world, what types of groups you connect with, what types of communities you engage with. Also connects to your more spiritual aspects. Is everything above the horizons. Think of heaven, like the heavens would be above the horizons, and 3D realm, physical realm, earth realm would be below the horizons. Studying the houses, this is when you'll be able to predict better when parts of your life are going to become active, when they're going to come to the forefront, when they're going to become a main focus, and when you can take the best possible actions. The houses is what makes everything make so much sense in astrology. So I'm going to do a general kind of rundown of what the houses mean in here, and then in the videos after this I will be going into detail about what the houses mean, so that you can look in your own chart and you can be like, oh, okay, this is this house, I've got the sun and Jupiter here, this is what this means, I've got this and this that's happening in this area of my life. Okay, after these videos you'll be able to understand it much better, but I will be doing workshops that will go even more in depth into the houses and into the different planets and the placements and all of these different things, so you guys can understand how to be able to apply these things practically to your life. If you can't apply these things practically to your life, just throw it away. It needs to be able to produce something. And I'm here to be able to help you understand how you can be able to do that. Keep running through the houses as a general gist of what they all mean. So the 1st house would be the house of self. This is your rising sign. This is your ascendant. This is the moment that you choose to be born in this earth. This is your most influential force that you're coming in with. This is like your this is the energy that will drive. This is like the vehicle that drives your life. So the first house is related to yourself, your physical health, your vitality, your personality, even impacts how you look as well. So you can actually look up certain characteristics of your sign and certain planets in there, and you'll be able to understand why you even look the way that you look. Maybe you've got Libra on the first house and you're just very beautiful, and every time you smile people are drawn and attracted to you because Libra is ruled by Venus, so there's that whole attractive energy that will be there. I have Pluto on my first, and I'm also Scorpio rising. So sometimes people say that I literally look like I'm looking straight through you, which I am, because that's exactly what I do. I literally see straight through people. So my eyes will literally be piercing through, and you will feel that, and you may feel that uncomfortability, like, oh, she's actually reading me, and I'll be like, yeah, I am. So you'll be able to see how the first house plays out in multiple different ways. So when transits are coming up, you know that this is going to be very much connected to you, the person. Okay, then you move on to the second house. The second house is ruled by Taurus, and this is all to do with your material values, your security, your sense of self-worth. This is where you'll get to understand where you spend your money, how you spend your money, what type of values you have. Do you have good values? Have a lot of value for self? So this is where you can see that playing out in the second house. Then you've got the third house, which is ruled by Gemini, and this is the house of learning and communication. This is like when you think of when you go to primary school. Over here in the UK, we say primary school. In the US, I think you say elementary school. This is your ability to express yourself. This is your connection to your community, your local community. This is your siblings. This is your aunt, uncles. This is how you're able to get yourself from A to B. This is your mental processes. So that is the third house. Then you move on to the fourth house. This is the house of home. This is ruled by Cancer. So this is all about your home life, your private life, your private operations, your emotional foundations, your emotional nature. You can normally find a lot of things connected to your parents here as well, or things that played out within the family home, what type of attitude you have to the home. So yeah, that is the fourth house. Then you move on to the fifth house. This is the house of Leo. This is the house of fun. This is the house of leisure, recreation, your house of creativity, the house of children. So a lot of things by your children, what type of children you'll have. I have Pisces in the fifth house, so this allows me to be very gifted in the areas of the art. So I'm first an artist. I'm able to play multiple different instruments. I'm able to sing. I'm able to produce. I'm able to train. I'm able to do loads of different things within those fields. Then you move on to the sixth house, which is ruled by Virgo, and this is all to do with your work, your environment, your duties, your health. This is also, you can see any illnesses pop up here as well. This is actually one of the not so good houses. But again, nothing's good or bad, but again, things that become bad by your doing. So but if you actually do the right things, these are the things that you can actually change in your life. But also if you're a business owner, if the type of staff that you recruit, a lot of your staff will show up in this house as well. But these houses, there's so much to these houses. I'm just literally gracing the surface of these houses just so that you kind of get a reference point of what they kind of mean. Then we move on to the seventh house. This is where we move above the horizon. This is now we move into the others realm. So the seventh house is ruled by Libra, and this is the house of relationships, partnerships, and marriage. So we'll find, especially people who are significant in your life, whether it's a significant other in a personal, intimate relationship, whether it's someone that you have very close connections with, business, but people that you have very close relationships with. This is where this stuff will pop up there. Then you've got the eighth house, which is ruled by Scorpio, and this is the house of transformation. This is the house of regeneration. So this is whenever you see like really intensive life circumstances, this shows you how you're able to transform yourself through those circumstances, how you're able to meet needs, how you're a type of secrets that you may have, or joint resources as well. This is to do with taxes, and again, it goes so wide into how deep these houses actually go into. Also the house of sex, so you'll see your sexual nature come up in here. You may see anything surrounding your reproductive organs, if there's anything that comes up in there, because Scorpio rules the reproductive system. So you may want to pay attention to that. Then you've got the 9th house, which is ruled by Sagittarius, and this is the house of travel, of expansion, of higher learning, of philosophy, higher wisdom. This is what would be classified as your higher self, and this is opposite Gemini, so this is literally what you grow into. This is what you end up evolving through your experiences in your 3rd house. Then you move into the 10th house, your midheaven, which is ruled by Capricorn, the goat. This is all to do with your career, your aspirations. This is connected to your reputation, your public life. So anyone who's famous, or celebrities or things like that, you'll see a lot pop up in the midheaven, or even in the 1st house as well, in the rising. Then you've got the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius, and this is the house of friendships, the house of associations, communities, organizations, ideals, causes. These are the people that you connect with, your tribe, that are like-minded, that do what you need to do, your friends, all of that kind of stuff. Then you've got the 12th house, which is ruled by Pisces, and this is the house of the subconscious. It's the house of undoing. This is connected to any psychological issues, any secrets, things in the unconscious. So even a lot of things in the womb, conditions prior to the womb, even past lives comes up here as well. So I will be doing another video that will go deeper into the houses, to help you understand how they all work and the deeper meanings behind them. But I will be doing a workshop that will go even more in depth. And to anyone who's done a workshop with me before, you know that they go in. They're like 2-3 hours long, and I don't even intend for them to be that long, but there's just so much that comes out with connected to these topics. You could talk about these topics for days, weeks, months, years. There's so much. And I'm a Gemini, so I like to find the connections to all of these different things. So, and make sure to subscribe to this page so you don't miss episode 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 29, 129, how many ever more I do. Okay, so I'm hoping this was informative for you. I'm hoping that you understand a bit better about the houses. If you do, comment below. Let me know what you didn't really understand. And also, if you do put in your questions, this is what I'm actually creating into content as well. So any questions that you could do have, hopefully I'll be able to answer these questions through the videos that I'm making. So remember to like the video if you did like the video. If you didn't like it, okay, cool, click dislike. Comment below what you thought of the video, any questions. Remember, you can head over to www.soul-reconnection.com for a full astrology reading. I have multiple different readings over there, so make sure you check out the website and check out the different readings that I do. And I will see you guys on the other side.